Let's go around the inside politics table, get you out ahead of the big political news just ahead. Nia Malika Henderson.
Ben Carson is almost certain to run for president in 2016. He's got a virtual campaign in waiting, a campaign chairman. His super PAC raised $3 million in this last third quarter. Ready for Hillary was only able to raise $2 million. I think the question for him, very unlikely that he could actually win the nomination. The question is, how does he fit in? Look for him to challenge Rand Paul and Ted Cruz for that Tea-vangelicals vote, and this Ebola scare certainly gives him something of an opening to flex his medical knowledge during these next couple of days.
His name came up a lot as I drove across the country from grassroots activists. That'll be interesting. Jonathan?
John, it looks increasingly possible that on election night, we still might not know who controls the Senate. Here's why. Georgia, you're going to have the possibility of a runoff, the same in Louisiana, and way out in Alaska, keep in mind, there's a lot of rural precincts, John, that could be counted late into the evening, East Coast time. So it's possible that on Wednesday morning we could wake up and still not know who controls the Senate. And by the way, I talked to a lot of folks in both parties over the weekend, increasingly certain that Georgia is in fact going to a runoff. And by the way, that's a January runoff.
January 5th, I mean, who's going to show up for that?
Lawyers and reporters working overtime.
Atlanta.
Hillary Clinton this week is back out on the campaign trail again. She's been hitting it very hard for a lot of women candidates. On Friday, she helps Martha Coakley in Boston, in Massachusetts, and then goes on to help Gina Raimondo in Rhode Island. That's the one to watch because Gina Raimondo has been criticized as being too close to Wall Street herself. This has been a commentary applied to Hillary Clinton. Watch and see what Hillary Clinton's words are as she is helping her up there.
The great state of Rhode Island.
Speaking of the Clintons, Bill Clinton, the big dog himself, is going to be in Louisiana this week for Mary Landrieu. Obviously a very tight race that everyone thinks is going to go to a runoff. Where he can really help her is with black voters in Louisiana. She has got to consolidate those voters and turn them out. She's going to get virtually all of them, both sides would say, but it's a matter of getting them to the polls, and Bill Clinton may be able to work his magic down there to help her do that.
The big dog's having fun out there. He probably likes the idea of a runoff. He gets to keep campaigning until January.
Exactly.
I'm going to close with a flashing headline from my drive across the heartland. The illegal immigration issue, we've known for some time it is a problem for Republicans. The anger at the grassroots level is growing, not receding. I was so struck in conversations in Colorado, in Kansas, and in Iowa. Just pure frustration, a belief among conservative Republicans that this problem is getting worse. What does that tell you? It tells you there is no prospect for any compromise legislation during the final 2 years of the Obama presidency. Speaker Boehner, maybe Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, if the Republicans take the Senate, will have very little room. It also tells you this issue will spill over into 2016. And watch this. If the president uses his executive power as promised, Republicans will be pushing the grassroots for confrontation, not compromise. An issue we thought after 2012 Republicans would try to deal with will be with us to 2016 and beyond.